Hey, everybody. Let's see who's there. All right, give us a thumbs up if you can hear me. Matthew, first to the camera. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, excellent. Mr. Williams, introduce yourself. Let's see if we can hear you.
Hi guys, how are we?
Super.
People hearing me?
Do you know what's really nice? We're starting to see out
Good.
people's windows now. So obviously it's a
Yeah,
little bit brighter, that little bit later. So being able to see out the windows is a pleasant change. Zoom was only happening in the dark for us for quite a long time there. So it's nice to be able to see people in the light of day. Um, So a couple of quick things before we start. Our plan at the moment is that we will have our training sessions today and Monday. We're going to take a little break over Easter and resume the following Wednesday. So we're basically taking a Wednesday and the bank holiday Monday off, okay? So leaving people enjoy their, for all of you, school break. And we're hoping that as we come back into the second half of that, we'll have found potentially an outdoor venue for some outdoor training to supplement our Zoom classes. So we won't be stopping the Zoom classes until we have a route back into our own training facility in our own gym. But we will hopefully be able to either reduce the number of Zoom classes by offering an outdoor training class at least once a week. But it's all depending on finding a suitable venue. So again, we'll send a few emails, but if anyone does know of a suitable venue for us, let us know. We'd be very, very happy to find out and very interested to see what's there and what's available. That said, people have started sending in their videos. We are correcting stuff, and I have a big day ahead of me correcting this weekend. So it might take a little while over the next 2 days as I catch up with some of it. So please, if you've anything at all, send it to me before Friday. That way I will definitely have it all done by Sunday. And then you still have a few days to re-record any few bits that need doing and getting them back to us. We hope to have all of your group done, I think, by Wednesday of next week. Now, if anyone's really struggling and they have one or two little bits that they've left to do, we might give them an extra week, but over the Easter while we're off, but really try and have everything to us by Wednesday of next week. That's the main thing. So let's get started. I should say, I'm not feeling the very, very best. My left leg's feeling a bit wonky today. So you're going to suffer because I'll do all of the things that I can do, and some of that might be tough. Let's get started. Chariot. Kyungye. Take one. Okay, so we're going to start just with a little bit of sparring related exercises. So I want you on the left leg in front in a sparring stance, backhand by your chin, front hand is out and moving. So we're just starting nice and light in a sparring stance, adding a little bit of movement, side to side, testing forwards and back, little shift, cutting steps, bigger steps forward, dropping foot to foot back, some slower bounces, some faster bounces, and just play between all of those. Try the other leg in the front and doing the same.
that's it. Nice and relaxed.
Change legs once again. Now this time, as you're moving, I want you to keep it nice and light. I want you to take a side step every now and again. And it can be to the front, as in this way, or to the back, this way. But otherwise, your movement is staying the same.
That's it. Try to have a bit of flow to it. So you don't want to overthink every step. Get a bit of flow to it. Definitely don't want to dive on the couch either. Oh,
And
Matthew.
change legs, same idea. And again, keep it moving. We want to keep that space in the stance so we can slow down, speed up. We can add the hand movements, emphasize some of the gestures. It helps just to sell the movement. Always imagining maybe that the camera is your opponent, so you're not never fighting a kind of someone who's weirdly following you. Always the person's in front of where you are. And relax. This time, we're going to the floor. We're going to start sitting, get those ankles moving. So 2 feet straight in front, sit tall, push yourself tall, and we get the ankles going forwards and back. So it's just right, left, and we're going to go for 10. Okay, circling. and the other direction.
That's it. Nice big circles. Nice big ones.
Okay, bring the feet to here, and we're going right and left. This is where my hip might explode. Oh yeah. Probably good for me though to ease it out. Say dropping the hip or dropping the knee inside the other foot, opening out the hip. 2 more. And last one. Okay, from there, sitting tall, want you to just pull the knee to your chest, extend. Now this time, if you can, don't touch the floor. So knee to the chest, sitting tall, extend. And we go 5 times.
Yeah, but don't let that heel touch the floor.
Good, keep it
The
off the
heel is off the
ground.
floor all the time. Heel's off the floor all the time. Yeah, is that
And now
heel off
the
the
other
floor, Gene?
side.
Good man. Good stuff.
Good, doesn't touch down.
That's it. And try keep it controlled. Don't rush. Nice and smooth. Bring the knee close and push away. There you go. Nice, Gene. Good.
Okay. Following
Matthew,
on
you
from
got backwards
that,
there.
lift and pull, pushing it behind you. Lift and pull, pushing it to the front. 3 times. I'll try the other side, which is hopefully feeling a bit better.
That's it, bring. Once the knee comes to the chest, and you let the hip start to do the work.
That's it. Pick it up nice and tight and strong. Let the hip lift it out. Drop it down. Sit into it a little bit. Lift and pull back. Pulling back to 90 and 90. So we want 90 degrees at the front knee, 90 at the back knee. And I'm facing here. I want to lift my back knee, keeping my body facing here. Hold for 5 seconds and down. And we're just going to do this 5 times.
Lift, we hold, and down. Lift, hold, and down. Yes, we're not going side to side yet, Gene. That's it. Just over one side and just lift that back. And try for everybody to turn over that front leg. So try and have your chest and your body turned over that front leg. So you don't want your body pointed at the camera. That's what we're thinking here.
And down. And last time. So we're coming to the middle here. I want you to have the heels on the floor, toes pointed away as far as you can. And we're pulling one knee or the other. So when I pull my left knee to the floor, the right knee stays away as long as it can. And then it joins in the party. And from there, try to push it down as you're pushing down here and bring the hips forward. And lift. We want to do 2 in each direction. Pull it away. Push it to the floor. Bring the other one over and push it down, turn and face the front. Lift, pull it away, keep them as far apart as you can. Get through that sitting position in the middle where they're as far apart as possible. Over to the other side, drop it down.
Drive those knees apart.
And once more back.
That's it. Drive those knees apart.
All right.
Good work.
Last little bit, focusing on the shoulders. So I want the hands just behind the hips. And we're going to be working on rolling through, lifting and over. Try and stretch the front of the shoulder as you go through the bottom position. And then reverse it.
That's it. Make a big circle. Try and make it nice and big.
Okay. And one last one. So hands a little wider than push-up position and fingers pointing away right and left. We straighten up into our push-up position. Push the arms as straight as we can. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, bringing the chest towards the floor. Push the shoulder blades apart, stretching our back. And I never bend my arms.
That's it.
And
So
I'm just going
not
to go
quite a
8
push-up.
times.
So not quite a push-up on this one, just using the shoulder blades. Come on, Matthew. That's it. Lock those arms nice and straight. Shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart. Shoulder blades together, shoulder blades.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So the real struggle is not to bend and soften the elbow. That stops that shoulder blade from being the moving part. So here's the thing. For our yellow tags and our yellow belts, we're focusing on the same exact movement. The only difference between the two groups is going to be the breath control. So it's going to be continuous movement for all of these examples for the yellow belts, and for the white belts and yellow tags all the way up to yellow belts, it's going to be 2 movements, but single breath per movement. First one is very simple. I want you to do punch. And actually, no, we'll start with low block and then reverse punch. So it looks like this. Half facing, block above my knee, hand on the hip. But most importantly here, half facing. From this position, I have to go ball of my foot. My back knee is pointing to the floor. Reach my reaction hand out here. My low block becomes my reaction hand. And drop into my punch. So I'll turn this way. Really important you see this back foot. Half facing, knee to the floor, heel in the air. That's what we're looking for. So the idea is I'm going to change my facing. And as I do that, my knee is facing the front and down, up, drop. So we're going to do that with low block and punch. I want you to do it 4 times on your left and 4 times on your right. And we're going to try this with a lot of techniques so that we feel pretty comfortable with how this works. So let's go. Left leg in front. Hana.
Okay, so Heather, make sure your heel is lifting off the floor. So
this
the heel
is
has
what
to lift
we
off
have
the
to
floor.
avoid. See this back knee sponging? If my back knee can do that with my heel on the ground, it means my foot isn't pointing the right direction. Once my foot points here, my knee goes down, my heel comes up. Knee goes down, heel comes up. Let's go again.
Yeah, let the heel come up, the knee bends at the back, and the heel comes up.
Good. Let's try on the opposite side.
And we don't want to bounce. So at the end of the low block, both feet should be flat. Front leg bent, back leg straight. Then we start the punch. So finish the block before you start the punch. That was a bit better, Heather. Put a bit more bend on that back leg. Yeah, a bit more bend on the back leg, Heather. Good.
Okay, we continue. For the next 8, I don't need to demonstrate. You're just going to do them with knife hand low block. So here's where the yellow belts kick in. I want to hear your continuous breath. Listen. So continue the breath from one to the other. 8 times, 4 left, 4 right. Go. Hand all the way back to the hip, Matthew, each time. Right back to here. Good effort, Heather. Make sure the heel pops down 2 times. Yeah. Make sure we've got that dead center, right here for the punch. So from that low block position, we're reaching the front because we have to replace the hand. I have to put these knuckles where the other knuckles are going to finish. So I'm going from here, full facing, reach, drop. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we go to rising block. Back at Pamukkuk-Uomaki, left hand on top. Now this is easier in some ways, look, because my body is full facing already.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, the old Apple Watch didn't catch that. Here we go. Oops, sorry, rising block. Over the center of the forehead. Stay full facing, relax the hand, reach, and punch. Let's go with that one. Good, good, good. Full facing, reverse punch.
Oh, don't step forwards, Matthew. So it's on the spot. The punch is on the spot. So step
One,
forward is the
yeah.
block, but then the punch is on the spot.
Cool. And as you're relaxing this hand from the top, your
Relax,
other
raise,
hand
drop.
comes forward from the hip a little. They just relax. And then it's back forward. There's no here and out. And it can be a hard one. The shoulders get tense. If you narrow, have a look at me, right? This is what's going to happen. My back foot is struggling to stay on the ground. And then I try to do this. And it's very unstable. And then it twists. So I need you to keep your shoulder width. This time with knife hand. And now a continuous motion for the yellow belts. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Give it a try. 1. Good effort, Heather. All the punches are middle for now. Okay, in Dangun, yes, all your punches are high. And they're the only high punches you see in a pattern until Jungun at blue belt. Good. Slow it down a bit, Matthew. Take your time.
I'll get a hand on the hip. Yeah, so Matthew, on that first block, try to get a punch on, try to get the block, try to get the hand on the hip.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the hip.
That's
it
not
might
the hip,
feel
no.
like it's close, but close is what we say, close is not there. So in a world of right and wrong, close is wrong. Okay, so here we go. 1, hand here. 2. And we know we can do it. It's easy to put it there. All right, here we go. Now, build the power as you get confidence with this. We're going to do middle block and reverse punch. So we have underneath, middle block. I just want to feel good about that, no, because it's as high as the shoulder. Now, this is another one where I'm half facing. So the first thing I have to do, as I bend my back knee, is go full facing, and my hands relax to here. Reach, punch. Here, relax, reach, punch. Let's try. 4 off each side. Go, go, go. And don't rush in between. Yeah, take your time. And find the feeling.
Back
right
down,
here.
Matthew.
Center line for the punches, right under the chin. Yeah. Reach.
Make sure we're definitely in walking stance each time here.
Nice. That's it, Ryan. A little bit more full facing. And then when you reach with the reaction hand, that's going to go to the center and replace it with the punch that goes to the center too. A little bit of a rush there, Heather. Look at the back foot. We want to be really clear with that back foot that we're hitting that that 25 degrees. Okay. Now, low block followed by rising block, continuous motion. This is the yellow tag movement, and the yellow belts do it in continuous motion for theirs. But I need to be half facing, full facing. This one, you're going to use the same hand twice. So this is the second most complicated one I'll show you. Okay, so 1 and 2. On top, block. On top, block. Same hand goes on top 2 times. Let's go. For Matthew, Alex, etc., you just do this 2 separate movements. Same there for Jean. But for the yellow belts, I want you to make sure that you have a low block and a rising block with continuous motion.
Yeah, make sure you finish the first one before you start the second. The first one's
so
definitely
look to
over.
the reaction hand, Alex. So this isn't the reaction. This isn't where it finishes. Right there. You should feel the side of your hand against the hip. Give it a tap. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, so Heather, make sure you finish that first block. You're kind of dropping down even before the first block is finished. So everything is stopped. First block is over. Second block starts.
Okay. Maybe it'll help. I usually don't do this, but I want to show you what we see as examiners as the most common mistakes. Number 1, hands from underneath, but we'll get past that one. Watch. This hand didn't do anything. Okay, that's the most common thing that we see. All right, the next most common one is where you have this hand following it. And they kind of go over here somewhere, right? No. Because we can all do the low block, so we do a low block. Pause, take a second. And then do the rising block. And even with continuous motion, slow the breath down. Okay, now the hardest one. This one takes a little practice. we're going to do punch and reverse punch, okay? Normal motion for everybody first. So I punch with my left, I punch with my right. Now I step forward again, I punch with my right. I punch with my left. I step forward again. I need to punch with my left hand. I have to recycle it. So I bring it back to my hip. The other hand goes forward. And I punch. And I do a reverse punch. Try it forwards, backwards, until you feel like you can get that right and left hand over the proper leg to start with. Good effort, Matthew. And you still have the relaxed, raise, drop each time. Come on, Alex, give it a go. Right. So you step with the right, punch with the right. Step with the left, punch with the left. And then you do the reverse punch. I'll be honest, I'm only guessing what leg Ryan has forward. Aha, now I know that one didn't work. You can kind of watch it. Every now and again, this happens, watch. And it's like, uh-oh, we're wrong. Because I've got my right hand on my left leg. Can't have that. So I have to get into this recycling thing. So we'll take a second, try this exercise, and then we come back to it. So make a parallel stance punch with your left hand. Okay, go on, Matthew, up you get parallel stance punch with your left hand. As you go onto your toes, reach out the right hand. As you drop, punch with the left hand. Reach with the right, punch with the left. Reach with the right, punch with the left. I want you to do it just 10 times. Go. Oh, there's no punch with the right. We just reach as we raise, punch with the left. Good, right? That's it. Don't step, Heather. Don't step. Just stay on the spot. Raise and drop. Okay, let's see. No, you're only punching with your left. Only punching with your left. Good effort, Matthew, but it has to come back to the hip. So I don't want this. I need it back to the hip. Go. Aha, that's it. It's just back to the hip as I go up and on the way down. Now watch why that's important. Okay, here's my reverse punch with my left hand. Back to the hip, punch. And reverse punch. Back to the hip, punch. Reverse punch. Give it a try. 4 more times. Back to the hip and punch, followed by reverse punch.
That's it. We reach and punch.
Back to the hip, followed by reverse punch. Back to the hip, followed by reverse punch. Let's have a look.
Yeah, so that was kind of the idea, Heather, but then you have to get the timing so that that first punch finishes at the same time as your front leg. So you don't want where the foot's on the ground and then the punch happens after. You have to try and get the timing where the foot finishes the same time as the hand. So it takes a bit of to get into coordination.
Okay. Now, the last
yeah, that would have been much closer.
And this is especially for the yellow belts, but I want all the yellow tags and so on to try it as well, is fast motion, okay? So this is where you need to do that exact same thing with your hands, but 1, 2. So we finish this one, raise, drop, and now I'm finished with the other one. So it's forward, punch, raise, drop. And then I need to recycle the hands again. My manual just took a jump off the table. Then try it, okay? Again, this one just 8 times. And reach, 1, up, 2. Recycle, 1, up, 2.
Yeah, so this one, it shouldn't actually feel the same as the ones we've done before. So this one should feel different. So, but if they're feeling the same, it means then either this one is wrong or the last one is wrong. So
okay, so pause for a second. Let's get the timing of it. So we go back to our parallel stance punch, and this time I want you to punch left, right every time. So I have my right hand out here, and I want you to do this. So the second your heels hit the ground, you bounce and you go again. So it's raise, drop, raise, drop. Just do 4. Everything in the center. Raise, drop, raise, drop. One more time. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice, Heather. Good. Matthew, make
Yeah,
sure
that's
you're
the
not
idea.
in front of shoulder and shoulder. Center, center.
Yeah,
And do you know what
same
really
Gene. So
helps
you have the
fix
idea.
that?
Punch in the middle.
Do a few in the bathroom in front of the mirror, or if you have a full length mirror somewhere in your house, just look at yourself. There's the center, because you will believe that here and here are your center, just the way your eyes work. You'll always punch a little bit off. You need to aim, and it looks like you're punching crooked, to aim to the center. Okay. Now we go back to the full thing. And what I want you to really concentrate on is getting this back foot down. Okay. So from here, okay, down, down. So it has to come down 2 times. Relax, raise, drop, raise, drop. And if you can get it down 2 times, nice and fast, one after the other, that's your fast motion. 4 more, please. Try that one more time. On, Heather. Stick with it. We're nearly there. Unplug the ear. 1, up, 2. Yes. Heel down, up, down.
Yeah, nice, right?
Heel goes down, up, down. Good effort. Yes. Make sure it doesn't bounce out of it or the hand drop away from the hip. Good effort. Gene, can't go turning. Once I turn, now it's not in front of my middle anymore. Because if I turned, well, it should follow my middle. So I point my middle at the person. Okay. So last little bit then before we finish, okay, is a simple challenge. Okay. All I want you to do, we're going to be picking 4 movements from Changji or 4 movements from Dangun. So from the Changji people, it's just these 4 to practice. I need you to go L stance middle block, followed by punch, L stance middle block, followed by punch. I want you to do that 4 times. For the yellow belts, I want you to take this part of it, okay? We're going to go between forearm block, high punch. So here, high punch. Here, high punch. And just 4 times. Finish with that, please. Let's go.
That's it. Last few. Heather, make sure you're
Okay.
crossing the hands without blocks. You're not just waving them. You have to cross for the block. So remember how we cross them on this block is
Good.
both of them face towards you
Okay.
with the hand
So
inside.
have a look at me here. I'm going to take my legs out of it so you can't easily tell, okay, what my feet are doing. Okay, you can't see my feet. But have a guess. I'll go towards Mr. Williams. Have a guess at what my feet are doing when I do this. Actually, I'll start from here, okay? So we're in this position. Okay? So if you see me finish and then my back keeps going, my back foot didn't stop. Like this. So here. If there's a breath and then I still see this bit of movement, it means my back foot's not on the ground. So you need to make sure that the finish, every single movement is stuck to the floor. Okay, so I do want to finish there. Try to get some videos into us before the weekend so we can correct them all over the weekend, get it back to you, give you some time. Most of all, folks, whenever you're putting something together, give it socks. Really put a huge effort into it. And hopefully, on the other side of Easter, we're back with at least some training sessions in person, if outdoors and still with some distance. I'd love to be seeing people in person again. Charit. Bum. Kyungye. Take 1. Good night, folks.
Take 1.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you.